Hello, hello, hello. How's everybody doing today? Brother John Stewart, on behalf of Lost Sheep Ministries, here to take y'all on another little walk with the word for the day. So today we're going to be in Proverbs chapter 20, 21, and 22. I'm going to do the same format as I did my last video because once again, it's just too much in there. I don't want to leave all the verses out, so I got 8 verses I'm going to try to share with y'all tonight and bring y'all some wisdom out of this book of Proverbs, which I love oh so much. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into it. So the first one I'm going to bring to you tonight is going to be out of chapter 20, verse 1. So in Proverbs 21, it says this: wine is a mocker, strong drink is raging, and whosoever is deceived thereby is not wise. Ooh, that's a tough statement right there for all those y'all that like to go get turned up. Now me personally, I've never liked drinking. I've never liked drinking. Now, I might smoke it under the table, but I've never liked drinking. And it goes back to I had an uncle when I was younger, and he drank heavily. I mean, he drank, you know what I'm saying? And I saw the way it affected him, because when he was sober, he was the nicest person you ever meet. I'm talking about the nicest dude you ever meet. But when he was drunk, he was the most horrible person you would ever meet. It was literally completely night and day, and the only thing that was affecting which way he was him drinking. So I saw the way it affected him, and I never did drink. And the reason why it was so night and day like that is because of the spiritual implication that comes along with drinking. See, a lot of people don't get this. I know drinking is so popular and it's something we do and it's drink everywhere. You can't go nowhere without, come across alcohol. But what you don't realize is this: it's not called wine and spirits for nothing. There's a spirit attached to that alcohol, and it's darn sure it's not a spirit that comes from God. You see what I'm saying? And so when you drinking, every sip you take, you actually giving that spirit more and more control over you. So that's why when people get blackout drunk, what happened is they consume so much of that alcohol that they was able to give the spirit complete control over them. And that's why they do all kind of horrible stuff that they normally wouldn't do and not be able to remember it. Because technically it wasn't them doing it. It was the spirit that they gave control of them by consuming that alcohol. See what I'm saying? That's why I don't like drinking. Plus, according to this verse, a person who drinks can't be wise. Don't forget that. It said a person who drinks can't be wise. So just let that truth soak in for a second before you get ready to take your next drink. Number 2, in Proverbs 3, chapter 20, verse 3, it tells us this. It says, it's an honor for a man to cease from strife, but every fool will be melanin. See, some of y'all that know me know I'm from, or that heard my testimony, I'm from the hood in North Memphis. That's where I grew up, though I was born and raised, North, you know what I'm saying? And no matter whether you from Memphis or you from anywhere else, you in the hood, the one rule in the hood is what? Violence is the key. That's the key. No matter what hood you from, whether it's Memphis, Chicago, Detroit, wherever. It can be from Waverly, the hood in Waverly, if they got one, such a thing. You know what I'm saying? But you're taught that violence is the key. So if you're feeling disrespected or tried by somebody, then you have to put your hands on them. You know what I'm saying? That's the only way they're going to respect you. And if you don't, then it makes you weak. And I used to always feel so bad because I wasn't like anybody around me. I never did like to fight. And it wasn't that I was scared, because I'm huge. I was bigger than most of the guys. And I literally started lifting weights when I was in 3rd grade. So I was always way bigger. That's the only way I got them traps right there. You know what I'm saying? But so I was always bigger and stronger than all the kids my age or all the guys I hung out with. But I never did like to fight. And like I said, it wasn't just out of fear. I just had no problem when walking away from a conflict. But the thing is, because of our hood mentality, because of black culture, I always felt weak for that. You know what I'm saying? But according to this verse, and that's why I love the word, according to this verse, I was just being honorable. That's all it was. It wasn't being weak. I was just being honorable. So you got to ask yourself, which one do you want? Do you want honor or do you want respect? Because I know a whole lot of dudes that was highly respected in my hood, but guess what? Right now, they sleeping 6 feet on the ground. So what do you want? Honor or respect? And I advise you to make sure you choose wisely. Number 3. In Proverbs 20, verse 7, it says this. It said, a man walketh a just man walketh in his integrity, and his children are blessed after him. Fathers, this is for y'all, man. Us, I'm one myself, but no pressure at all. But just so you know, it's all on you, bro. If you're a father, man, you have children in this world, it's all on you. You are the one dictating the future of your legacy. You know what I'm saying? So whatever path that you walk down, just know your future generations are coming right behind you, and it's likely they're going to walk the exact same path that you walk. So it's up to you to pave a way of freedom from these generational curses. That's how you break the curses. You got to be the one to break the curse. I thank God that he gave me the wisdom that I was able to break the curse from my family, and I pray it's going to continue. You know what I'm saying? You got to break the curse, and you break the curse by the path that you walk now today. So be careful with your decisions. Be careful with the things you do, because everything you do, the people coming back behind you, is going to be doing the same thing. So make wise decisions, so that way, instead of leaving disparity and poverty behind, you actually be able to leave some blessings. Number 4, and that comes from Proverbs chapter 20, verse 9. It says this. It says, who can say, I have made my heart clean, and I am pure from my sin? That right there, I made sure I picked that one out, because that right there is for all you super Christians out there. You know what I'm saying? All you super religious people. You know the ones I'm talking about, the ones that's so quick to look down their nose and judge others because their relationship with God is not like yours. You know what I'm saying? If you out there doing that, you're the exact kind of person I'm talking about, because you always got something to say about what everybody else is doing. You know what I'm saying? And the crazy part about it, the people that's like that, they are the main ones whose heart is so far away from God, because they more concerned when having an image of a Christian than having the heart of a Christian. You know what I'm saying? And I can tell you something right now. I already know I don't fit the typical Christian image. I already know that right now. I don't fit that image, and I don't plan to. You know what I'm saying? Because I know the love I have for God and the love I have for his people. And you can look at the work that I do, and it's evidence that I love the Lord and I love his people. You know, over the next few weeks, I'm going to be putting out some music. Over the next couple of weeks, I actually put out a song, put out a video yesterday, an old one, and I got another one I plan on putting out next week. Next Wednesday, I think it's July the 2nd, something like that, a couple of days before 4th of July. I'm putting out some music. And I'm going to tell you right now, it's definitely not, the music I'm putting out, definitely not going to fit the Christian image. It's truth. I'm not lying about nothing. I'm not talking about selling drugs or nothing like that, but it's definitely not going to fit the Christian image. So I'm telling you this, so that way, before y'all jump into my comment section or my DMs with your little comments, I'm just going to go ahead and tell you right now, you can go F yourself. You know what I'm saying? And I mean that from the bottom of my heart, because the last I heard, all have sinned and come short of the glory of God. And I'm pretty sure that all includes you as well. Number 5 and number 6. Now I'm going to do these together. They're both from chapter 21, Proverbs 21, verse 9 and 19, but they say about the same thing. So it says this: it's better to dwell in a corner of the housetop than with a brawling woman in a wide house. That was verse 9, and then right 10 verses later, it reiterates it. It says, it's better to dwell in the wilderness than with a contentious and an angry woman. Yo, women. That's not good. That's bad, man. That is horrible. Y'all can be so bad for a person that the Bible, the holy word of God, had to take some time out to make sure that niggas was warned. You know what I'm saying? Because they put in there twice. If it's something in the Bible once, that means it's important. If it's in there twice, it's definitely important. And it was there twice within 10 verses of each other. You know what I'm saying? So you women, you got to realize the power you have and start acting accordingly. Because if a man get with the right woman, there ain't no limit to the things that he can accomplish. But if he get with the wrong one, there's no limit to the misery that he's going to have to suffer through. So be his peace, sis. Be his peace, sis. He already got the world on his shoulder weighing him down, and he don't need you being some extra weight. Number 7, Proverbs chapter 22, verse 6. It says, train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. Man, I think a lot of us parents miss this wisdom in this verse because it says when he's older. So we get so quick to get upset when our kids make mistakes. We get so disappointed. But you got to understand something. They're young, dumb, and full of cum. So they're going to make mistakes. They're going to make many mistakes. But if you raise them up the right way and you lay down a good solid foundation, once they mature, they're going to make their way back to it. And number 8 tells us how to do that. Number 8 tells you the best way to lay down that foundation. In Proverbs 22, verse 15, it says, foolishness is bound in the heart of a child, but the rod of correction shall drive it far from him. In other words, you got to whip that ass. I know y'all don't want preachers saying that, but you do. You got to whip that ass. That's what's wrong with our kids today. We got them on these medicine, put them in the hospital. They don't need medicine. They need ass whoopings. And that has been your little walk with the word today. I pray these are blessing y'all. Make sure y'all give me a follow, like, share, and comment. Peace.